Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
It's great to be back.
Today, we're going to be diving into something I think is really cool,
Oh, yeah.
and that's Decentraland.
Yeah.
So, our goal today is to give you a little bit more information about Decentraland, and we'll probably be focusing a lot on M&A, which is its cryptocurrency.
Yeah, so Decentraland is a virtual world. Think of it like a Ready Player One situation,
Oh, okay.
or even like Second Life, if you were around for that.
Gotcha. So it's like a digital space.
Yeah, a digital space that you can go to and experience, and you can buy things and sell things and build things just like you would in the real world.
So how do people do that? How do they buy and sell things?
So everything in Decentraland is run on the Ethereum blockchain,
Hmm.
and that makes Decentraland different than a lot of other online worlds or games.
So it's not centralized.
Exactly. It's decentralized, which means that you have real ownership of your digital assets.
Okay.
If you buy a piece of land in Decentraland,
Hmm.
you own it. No one can take it away from you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of like a Minecraft vibe here, but, on a much grander scale.
Yeah, totally. But instead of blocks, it's like a 3D world.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You can do all sorts of things with it. You can build houses, stores, art galleries.
So if I were to jump into Decentraland today, right now, what would I see?
We'd see, well, you'd have to create an avatar first.
Oh, right. Of course, gotta have a cool avatar.
Exactly. But once you're in there, you'd see a really diverse world. There's like bustling city centers with like skyscrapers and shops and billboards.
Wow, so like a real city.
Yeah, kind of like a real city, but like futuristic and weird and cool.
I like it.
And then you have like quieter, more like suburban areas, and then like wide open spaces that people have turned into parks or gardens.
There's a lot of variety in the land.
Tons of variety. There are even like these historical recreations like ancient Rome or like a medieval village.
Oh, that's really cool. So people are really getting creative with the space.
Yeah, it's amazing what people have built in there. And there's events happening all the time, like concerts and conferences and even art exhibitions.
So I can go to like a virtual concert in Decentraland?
You could have gone to a virtual concert last week by, I don't know, pick a famous band.
That's wild. And what about businesses? Are brands and companies getting involved with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Like there are a bunch of brands like big clothing companies or tech companies that have set up shop in Decentraland.
That makes sense, with the metaverse and everything being, the big buzzword now.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes sense for them to be there because that's where their customers are going to be spending more and more time.
Yeah, for sure. So it sounds like Decentraland is more than just a game. It's like this whole kind of digital society that's emerging.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a place where people can connect and socialize and do business and express themselves creatively.
So this whole thing is powered by Manet.
Exactly.
So can you give us like a little crash course on how Manet actually works in Decentraland?
Sure. So Manane is the currency that you use to buy and sell things within Decentraland.
Okay, just like dollars or euros in the real world.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So if you want to buy that piece of land, you're going to need MAM. If you want to buy a virtual outfit for your avatar, you're going to need MAN. If you want to attend a pay-per-view event, you're going to need MANA.
So if I'm like really bullish on Decentraland's future,
Mm-hmm.
does it make sense to like load up on Man?
Well, it's not financial advice, of course.
Of course not.
Of course not. But yeah, the idea is that as Decentraland grows in popularity, the demand for mana will increase.
Okay.
And as demand increases, theoretically, the price of mana should go up.
So it's kind of like investing in the early days of the internet, like buying up domain names or something like that.
Yeah, there are definitely some parallels there, but like with any investment, there are risks involved.
Yeah, let's talk about the risks, because it can't all be sunshine and rainbows, right?
Right. Well, one of the biggest risks is just the volatility of the cryptocurrency market.
Oh, yeah.
Crypto can be incredibly volatile, and Anane is no exception. The price can swing wildly up and down.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that happen.
So you could buy Menene today, and it could be worth half as much tomorrow, or it could be worth twice as much.
So you really got to have like a strong stomach, and you got to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah, exactly. And then another risk is that Decentraland is built on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay.
So if there are any issues with the Ethereum network that can affect Decentraland, like slow transaction speeds or high gas fees.
So it's like its fate is tied to Ethereum.
Pretty much. And then you also have the competition. There are other metaverse platforms out there.
Right, like Sandbox, right?
Yeah, Sandbox is a big one. And they're all vying for users and investors.
So Decentraland isn't guaranteed to be the winner in this metaverse race.
No platform is guaranteed to be the winner.
So it sounds like there's a lot of potential with Decentraland,
Absolutely.
but it's still early days, and there are some risks that you need to be aware of.
That's right. It's important to do your research and understand the potential and the risks before you jump in.
Yeah, do your own research. Don't take our word for it.
Exactly. But if you're excited about the metaverse and you believe in the future of digital ownership, Decentraland is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm personally very interested to see how this whole metaverse thing unfolds.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be fascinating to watch how it all plays out.
So to recap, you've learned a little bit about what Decentraland is, how it works, the potential benefits, the potential risks, the role of its cryptocurrency, MANA.
And the big takeaway here is if you're thinking about diving into Decentraland, do your research, understand what you're getting into.
Great advice. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Decentraland. But before we go, I want to leave you with a question to think about.
Oh, I love questions.
So we've talked about Decentraland as like this digital society, and we've talked about the potential for commerce and ownership and creativity. But what about governance? What about like the rules and laws of this digital world?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Who gets to decide what's allowed and what's not allowed in Decentraland? And as this platform grows and potentially millions of people are interacting in this space, how do you create a system of governance that's fair and transparent and representative of everyone?
That's a really tough question.
It is. It's a big question, but it's something that I think we all need to be thinking about as we move towards this more decentralized future.
Absolutely. And I think it's a question that the Decentraland community is actively grappling with right now.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll leave you with that to ponder as you explore the vast and ever-evolving world of Decentraland. Until next time, happy diving.
Yeah.